What's up, gang? Iliaxin here. Today I'm going to be playing a game you've probably never heard of called Deck of Haunts. It's a roguelike deck builder that has a bit of a twist since you build rooms to your evil house as you go. I picked it up over the Steam Christmas sales and had a lot of fun with it, so I thought I'd make a brand new profile and showcase it today. We'll start with a brand new run. I'll go ahead and turn it up to hard since I have played this before, and if you look the game up yourself, you may notice a few comments are that it's fairly easy, which does seem to be true up until you start playing in the nightmare worlds anyway. And since we have a new profile, we only have a default deck here, so we'll go ahead and get right into the game itself. This is some intro screen stuff that you'll never see again after you play your first game, so I'm going to just kind of skip through it. And then we will have our first visitor to the house, Asami here, who will flee at the sight of insane humans. That really won't be an issue as she's the only one here so far. This would be our lovely large heart for the house. As you can see, it's humongous, we're very caring, and we want the best for all these people. Unfortunately, they have come in here and want to kill us, so we're going to have to defend ourselves. It's only fair, right? We have a couple of ways of doing that. Primarily, we will either drive them insane or just flat out kill them. They have their hit points and their insanity points here. Pretty straightforward. The entire goal of the game is to either not let them get to your heart or get away. Apparently, if they get away, they'll come back later. However, I've not experienced that myself. We don't have a lot of options to us immediately, so we'll just do some insanity damage. And our last point to go ahead and get them a little bit hurt as well. And then it'll be the next round. We've got 2 more people on the way, so they'll be here soon. In the meantime, we can go ahead and get them set up. They'll be traveling to this room. If you click on them, it'll show where they're going, which can be handy when you have a larger house instead of this little starter home we have today. Let's see here. We can go ahead and increase the tension, which multiplies insanity effects. We do have to discard something. This one's as good as any. So instead of doing 2, this will now drain 4, which is perfect. That leaves them right at the raggedy edge for being insane. Go ahead and go to the next turn. Sadly, we did not get a way to add more tension to them or insanity. And we have a new person in. That being the case, we are going to flat out kill them, which is worth 30 essence. The resource we use to build our houses. Driving them insane is worth 25, and if you happen to drive them insane first, you can still get the 30 for killing them afterwards, which makes for a pretty profitable day. Alright, and we have our last entry of Kim. Neither one of these have any traits we have to worry about. So mostly we just want to start racking up the insanity damage. And make sure he doesn't make it that next step into there. We'll raise his tension level. And then, poof, he's insane. Go ahead and do a little damage to her since we only have a couple turns till there's a problem there. We do have the benefit of the fact that she's going to walk into the room with a dead body. Not shocking. They're not a big fan of that and would like to run away now. That gives us some extra time before they can escape. 3 turns to be exact. So we will go ahead and do a little bit of insanity to her. And if all goes well, we'll be able to kill him off for some extra points before we have to take her down. Okay, we have the shifting hallways. That gives us the option to teleport her. And she'll skip her next turn that way. So now we bought ourselves considerably more time. Although we're not going to need it. Like I said, not too hard, especially to start out with. We got 1 kill, 2 insane, Only earned 80 essence. It could go a lot better. This will show the calendar for our 28 days we need to survive. It does give you the option to continue playing if you care to do so after you beat it. It looks like nothing is in the future for us for day 2. We get our options here like most deck builders of a card to pick. We don't have one this time, but the real difference in this game is sometimes you'll get room options as well. The Clawing Stone does pretty good damage and lets us draw a card, but it's only for solo. I think we'll take that one. It should go nicely in our deck. This is a basic tutorial of how to move the rooms. Your entrance you can move around for free as much as you want. The rest do cost money. 30 to move that there. Our house is going to look a little janky because at the moment we're just trying to get a few more rooms in there, so they have to travel a longer path. Eventually we'll branch out, which will be nice. But for now, we're just going to make it where they have to go on a single line to get in and out. That way we do get one extra room, basically. No longer giving them the options here. We can go into the next night pretty easily. Yes, to win you have to survive 28 nights. Your health. Currently we have 8 out of 8 hit points. You lose a hit point when people find your heart. There are some priests and stuff that can continue to damage it instead of fleeing, but most people run away when they see a gigantic heart the size of a room. And our essence is our income. All pretty straightforward. These guys have a compass, which means they get to move an additional room every turn. That is terrible for such a small room, or small amount of rooms. We'll go ahead and... they also heal a point each turn. Well, we'll start on them, I guess. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of damage to him. They'll advance all the way to the living room, which is not great. However, this will let us lock them in for the day, which is very helpful. And since they are both in the same spot, we will go ahead and raise their tension so we can do insanity a little faster. Okay, we got 2 people that can make it to the heart this turn. Not ideal. We're going to teleport him so he doesn't do anything for the rest of the turn. And then she, unfortunately, is going to make it to our heart, which will do a point of damage to it. We'll do as much insanity as we can, so she's at least close to death. And there's our point of damage. Well, since she's all the way in there, and not much of an issue for us, we will go ahead and knock her down. And then he could make it to here this round. May as well just make him lose a turn instead. And do a little bit of damage to him. That way we should be able to finish him off even if we can't make him lose another turn. As luck would have it, we can make him lose another turn. Go ahead and lock him in over there. And get him even closer to death. Alright, now he can't reach the end this round, which is great news for us. We'll go ahead and get him right up to the raggedy edge, so he's prepped. And then start working on this one. If we get so lucky enough to kill Nancy, we'll get some bonus essence out of the deal. Alright, he almost made it, but we've got our loving shifting hallways again, so he's back here and stuck. And now we can concentrate on finishing her off for an additional 30 essence. And with him being the last person standing, there's no real reason to try to drive him insane because that will end the match when there's nobody left. May as well go for the kill and get that 5 extra essence out of the deal. Kind of like that. And we gained a level, which will unlock some more cards. That's kind of the progression system between individual matches. It unlocks a fair few of them. You have to play a few games before you get everything unlocked, but it doesn't take as long as a lot of roguelikes. Oh, looks like we're going to get offered some special rooms. I'm always a fan of these. I'm particularly a fan of the crematorium, since all bodies in it will get removed at the start of the turn, and you even get action points for it, which is a pretty great deal if you ask me. As far as building rooms goes, as long as they match, it'll just expand a room like this instead of start a new one. Go ahead and build over here. And add a bell tower so we get a ghost. And we'll start making this look a little less ratchety. There we go. Still a pretty small house considering how much space we have, but it'll get the job done. And we do have an event, which gives us some options here. The maximum health isn't really all that helpful unless you're having an extremely difficult go at this. Both of these are a lot of fun, though. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and see what kind of hex card we get. They gain tension constantly. That's pretty good, considering the ghost will also raise tension. Alright, we have Jason here, who's a cheater with Pathfinder, so did not start at the beginning of the house. He probably broke a window or something to jump right on in the guest room. Very naughty of him. And Chris, he is unfazed. He'll keep looking even if he sees a body. Alright. Well, he doesn't get to move this round. That gives us a little time on him. We are going to go ahead and start building up his tension, though. We won't use that this round, so we'll discard it. Ghost should move in there and raise the tension even higher, so we'll work on him a wee bit while we wait. Joined by Chris, who's a bleeder, so if we do damage to him, he's going to just lose 1 hit point perpetually every round until he dies. Both of them being in the same place is very convenient. Go ahead and do a fair bit of insanity to this man. And a little bit of actual damage as well. We'll just start the timer on him. And then we will also do a little bit to him since he's got less health. For our last joiner, we've got Kim. Kinship's not that hard to deal with. They just take less sanity damage if they happen to be in the room with other people. You are going to actually start going the correct way, so we need to deal with you first. That'll knock you down to 3. And we will go ahead and raise the tension on both of them. And Hex. This fine person, so they start getting more tension as well. Ideally, I want Chris here to make it to the kitchen, 1 in front of the heart, and then we'll kill him and make everybody run away when they see him. Buys us a lot of extra time. Won't work on Chris, unfortunately, since he's unfazed, but that's fine. We can't do any more to him right now, so we're going to go ahead and work on Chris. We made him insane. No more progress there. That works out quite well. And we will do his as well. Perfect. That's 2 less problems to worry about. Do a little more damage to Chris. I got these 2 following him, so they'll be there next turn. Which is fine, because we're going to kill him. And they'll turn around instead of make it to our nice Sacred Heart here. Alright, now that they're fleeing in panic, we will go ahead and drive this one insane. Or mostly insane, I guess. And we'll start working on... they're not alone. I can't use that card. We'll start working on Chris here. One of the Chris's, I should say. Okay, we've got several turns, so we don't have to worry about them too much. We'll just slowly work on them as they try to escape. He's only got one sanity left, so that's not going to be an issue. And we've got a couple of rooms, which means we should, ideally, get to kill a few of these for some extra essence. Go ahead and hex them as well. Alright, you almost made it, buddy. You got really, really close, but you're not going to get out that door, I'm afraid. And since you are in this room by yourself, you're a little bit easier target for me. Bonus essence off that guy. Alright, any sort of insanity damage will just take her out at this point. So we'll go ahead and wait. That way, hopefully, we can kill at least that one, and maybe that one if we're lucky. We'll see. We don't have very many damaging cards. Well, we can do 4 there. And... not really a point in moving him. You can move the insane ones if you need to. Okay. This one is as far as we can allow her to go, so we'll go ahead and end the match there. Another successful evening. We did get to double down on a few of the sacrifices. I mean, invaders clearly invading our nice house. And we have some nice options here as well. I'm a big fan of the sacrificial room. There's several cards in this game that can continually add cards to your deck, and this is about the only way to get them back out during a night. Alright, I am going to go ahead and end the episode here, since we should be pushing up against our time limit. And if you're interested in this game, they do have a free demo. I encourage you to check it out. I've had a lot of fun with it, and come back next time. We'll see how far our house can make it.